Hello everybody, this is Sarah at Health by Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about how to prevent and treat Group B Strep in pregnancy, if you should get it or if you have any concerns about getting it. And right now I'm 35 weeks pregnant. In a few days I'll be 36 weeks pregnant, and that means that my doctor will be testing me for Group B Strep at that point, so that's 4 days from now. And for the past week and a half, I have especially been trying to prevent getting Group B Strep or treating it if I have it. I asked my doctor beforehand if he was willing to test it early, and he wasn't, unfortunately. He just told me, do whatever you're going to do naturally up until that point, and hopefully you won't have it. So that's what I've been trying to do. The first thing is, before I even got pregnant, I was on a probiotic, this one right here called Biocult. Another great one is Prescript Assist. I don't have it on hand, and I think Femdopolis is another good brand. I've been taking 2 of these pills a day, and it has 14 protected probiotic strains in here. It's proven to survive the highly acidic stomach acid. No need to refrigerate, so that's some of the reasons I love this probiotic. And let's see, it actually tells me how many billion are in each pill, but I can't find it. It lists all of the probiotics right on the back. Okay. Minimum of 2 billion probiotic microorganisms per capsule. So when I'm just taking 2 capsules, it has 4 billion probiotic microorganisms in that dosage. That's the bare minimum that I would recommend taking throughout pregnancy. And that's actually what I've been doing every day of my pregnancy. I've been taking 2 of these. But then, as of a week and a half ago, 2 weeks before my Group B Strep test, I started increasing this probiotic. 3 capsules for the first day, the first 2 days, and then the next 2 days I upped it to 4. Then stayed on that for 2 days just to see if I had any sort of reaction, and then I upped it to 5, and then finally to 6 pills, and that would give me a total. Let's see, 2 times 6, that would be 12 billion. Microorganisms that I'm getting per day just in this probiotic. So that's something I would definitely recommend doing before you get pregnant and throughout your pregnancy, and then increasing the dosage. That's something very simple you can do. And maybe that's the only thing you need to prevent Group B Strep. Another thing you can do is, like 2 weeks before the test, you can take one of these capsules and insert it vaginally, and that will provide you with bacteria, beneficial bacteria in that area. So let me tell you a little bit about Group B Strep. It's an infection that 1 out of 4 women have, so it's actually pretty common. 1 out of 4 pregnant women, specifically, I think. And there is a risk for the baby contracting it if you give birth vaginally, but it's a very low risk. It's like 1 to 2% risk of the baby actually getting it, and I think it's even less than that of the baby, of something happening to the baby as a result of that infection. So the problem with that is that the baby might get pneumonia, sepsis, or meningitis, and those are actually pretty serious. So I can understand why doctors would be concerned about women getting it and passing it on to their babies. So we want to do all these steps to prevent it. So like I said, you can insert one of these pills 2 weeks before. You could also do a douche wash with diluted mixture of apple cider vinegar to water. You could also apply kefir, raw kefir or yogurt topically as well. And the only thing about the probiotic is I heard that if you're inserting it vaginally as a prophylactic, I guess to prevent Group B strep, you could test for a false positive if you do that within like a few days of getting tested. So it's 4 days before I'm taking the test, and I'm going to stop doing that. So maybe I'll just switch to simply kefir topically, or that apple cider vinegar as well. Another thing I've been doing throughout the pregnancy is I've been eating a lot of probiotic foods. So again, the kefir and yogurt, sauerkraut, naturally fermented pickles. There's so many different probiotics out there in foods. Miso, naturally fermented soy sauce. Just get in as many probiotics as you possibly can. Another thing you can do is eat raw garlic. So eat at least 1 to 2 cloves a day, like 2 weeks before. What else? And, well, I guess an easy way to eat the garlic would be to just chop it up, like mince it really small and just wash it down with water, or put it in some honey, and it actually tastes pretty good that way. Or you can try to put it in as many foods as you can as well. Just really increase your garlic intake 2 weeks before especially. And I asked my acupuncturist about what she would do to prevent this, and she told me there's this tea that I can make that helps prevent it. And so the essential ingredients are ginger, orange peel, and I use fresh orange, but I actually dehydrated this, so I have a nice supply of it, and green onion. And she said you want the white and the green of the green onion, and you make that into a tea. Some extra optional additions would be garlic, because it's antibacterial, and lemon as well with the peel. So I'm going to show you what I do. And I make about 2 cups of tea a day. And in addition to drinking this, I actually add a couple other things to the tea, because this is something I'm drinking every day as well, and I think I might as well drink it when I'm drinking another tea. So I put nettle leaf and red raspberry leaf tea in there, because I just, I drink it and I only have to drink tea one time. So the nettle is high in iron and vitamin K, and so that helps you have enough vitamin K in your breast milk for your baby. And the red raspberry leaf tea is a really good uterine tonic, so you want your uterus to be strong enough when you're giving birth, and then afterwards as well, so so you can heal a little better. All right, let's get to making this tea. So I'm going to cut off the ends of the green onion, and I'm not going to put the whole thing in there because I use this over 2 days, so I'm using these 2 parts, so the green onion, the white and the green, putting in the pot. And since I have my dried orange peel, oh yeah, and you want to make sure you have the white and the outer part of the orange peel. That's important. And I'm just going to cut off a little knob of ginger. Gotta wash this. Oh, cutting this clove of garlic in half to release the allicin, the beneficial part of the onion that fights bacteria. And the more that you leave it out, I think at least 10 minutes on the counter when you've already cut it, it makes it more potent. But of course we're cooking it, so it's not going to be as beneficial, but it's going to have some benefits still. I'm just going to cut it into smaller slices so it distributes more evenly. Put the garlic in the water too. And I'm going to slice this lemon. And I just put like a small little slice in there. Alright, now all that's left is adding the nettle and the red raspberry leaf. when you have fresher red raspberry leaf tea, it actually has a very nice raspberry smell to it, so it actually improves the taste of everything. And I think the orange peel, as long as you don't cook it for too long, it doesn't get too bitter. It improves the taste a little bit, but if you can't handle the taste, I would recommend adding maybe some coconut milk or some cream to it, and some honey as well to sweeten it. Alright, so maybe like 1 to 2 tablespoons of total tea. I put more red raspberry leaf in the nettle. It smells really nice. Alright, so I'm just going to put this on the stove. Take you over with me. And I'm going to set it on high until it boils. And I'm going to turn off the heat and then just let it steep. You can let it steep for as long as you want. It'll create more of an infusion the longer you leave it. What I normally do is I just turn the stove off, I leave it on the heat, and I drink it when it fully cools down. Sometimes I've left it for way too long and the orange peel makes it really, really bitter. So if you don't want it too bitter, if you can't handle that, just remove the orange peel when you're done. Right, while we're waiting for that, there's one other thing I want to mention. There are other ways to treat Group B Strep homeopathically, which are very natural. This is a homeopathic, it's a natural antibiotic called Hypersulf. Hypersulf 200 seems to work in a lot of cases. Streptococcus 200 is one that's specifically used for Group B Strep, and it's called a nosode in homeopathy. This is not something that I'm recommending for anyone to take. If you want to use homeopathy, I would recommend working with a seasoned homeopath, somebody who has a lot of experience. The Streptococcus, I believe, is an actual Banerjee protocol from Doctors Banerjee in India. I believe they're based in Calcutta. They have over 150 years of experience in homeopathy in their family. So you could write to them, or definitely work with a homeopath. Don't just start taking this. I'm not taking either one of these as a prophylactic because one thing that can happen in homeopathy, it's a very safe thing to use. It doesn't have the side effects like drugs do or even herbs, but even though it's safe, you do have to be careful with it because you can start taking a remedy, and if you don't need it, it can cause the symptoms you're trying to get rid of or trying to prevent. So that is why I'm cautious about taking these, because I don't know for sure if I have a Group B Strep infection. If I did have a Group B Strep infection, then I would definitely be taking one of these two, working with a homeopath. So the allopathic way to treat Group B Strep is to have antibiotics during labor, and that's something I definitely want to avoid because I'm trying to have a natural birth, and when a baby is born naturally, not via C-section, then the baby gets the mother's bacteria from her vaginal canal. When they're born, I guess they swallow all that bacteria, and that's very beneficial to them, like seeding their gut with that beneficial bacteria. But if I had taken, or if I were to take antibiotics during labor, then my beneficial gut bacteria would be completely wiped out. So the baby wouldn't even get any sort of benefit from that. And that is why I'm trying to avoid getting it in the first place, because I don't think my doctor is going to allow me to be tested again, even if I test positive this time. I think I'm going to definitely try to request and even beg them to test me again if I test positive, especially so I can take this, because I think the streptococcinum is very effective at getting rid of it. Maybe I can convince them, but hopefully it won't happen in the first place. So that's why I definitely recommend that you guys try to use these natural remedies before you go for that appointment around 36 weeks, because it's going to be all the more beneficial for you and your baby. If you have any questions, let me know. And also, if you have any experience with Group B Strep, or if you're pregnant as well, let me know in the comments.